Guh-huh. 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 Without any further ado, let's listen. Let's watch. Okay.
Don't we love it? Don't we love
DevOps
it?
Regional Champion, 3 months. Welcome back. Thank you so much. How long do we think this is going to be, him staining? I know some people have seen it. He looks great. I don't know why he didn't get married in that suit to her instead of the short sleeve shirt.
Welcome, everyone.
3 minutes and 28 seconds until he spoke for the first time.
We are here to celebrate the life of
Door
Amber
Dog,
Lovedoll
32 months.
Kissinger.
Thank you. Amber Lovedoll Kissinger.
So, pretty much what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to talk about all about her and what her likes, what she loved, just special things about her right before we say our final goodbye today. So I'm going to thank every single one of you for joining me here today to celebrate her life. And the number one thing is that she does not want us to be sad.
Don't be sad, despite the fact that I killed her.
She wants us to be happy.
Yes, sir.
You guys probably might be asking, where did she come from?
Amazon.
So she was born in Japan, and she was from Japan. And in 2020.
What? When did he make this up? What? What? This is new. He's told us about her several different times. Oh my god, my brain is already like, I'm already thrown for a loop today.
She was
Oh my god. Give me a second. Blood Little Tempered with that fresh prime. Welcome, thank you. Oh, you just followed and you subbed. Welcome to the worst stream you could have fucking come to. Oh my goodness.
He died like a
she
dog.
decided to leave out of Japan.
He died like
Green
a cow.
Defender, thank you.
Here to the state of Ohio in the USA to be with me. But right before she came to the USA, she and I were talking for at least a couple of months, and she started liking me. I started liking her, and I welcomed her to the USA.
When
Ohio.
did she come from Japan? This is
She
new.
was a little afraid, but
So she spoke
the
Japanese.
trip was quite an adventure for her.
Well, congratulations. Welcome. Thank
And,
you, my friend. Appreciate it.
And when I got to know her, it felt like it was very close.
Vince
to
is
being
her
love at first
senpai.
sight,
Was her
and
senpai, excuse
I just
me,
had to get
was.
to know her before anything else.
You know
So
what?
this is-
You know what is fucked? Like, when he killed her off, I'll talk to people occasionally about Vince, like, because I share him on Instagram. He posts a lot, right? And so I share all of his pictures and stuff like onto my Instagram story. And my Instagram's pretty locked down, mostly just people that I know or that I trust that like aren't going to be a freak to me. And so sometimes my wife will see it and she'll be like, "What is the deal with this?" And I'll be like, "Oh, you know, he's just dating a sex doll and now she's going to die." And we were together on a trip this weekend, and when he killed her off, I saw the image and I showed it to her. And then there'll be times where I'll be like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna kill her off," and she just goes like, "Who's her?" And I was like, "Oh, the doll." She's like, "Oh, you keep saying her." It's getting me confused, because even I will sometimes be like, "Oh yeah, her, Amber, her," and it's like, well, technically, it just doesn't. Amber's not anything, and maybe it's easier to give Amber the her pronoun, but sometimes it throws me off, because sometimes I'll say the doll and then sometimes I'll say her, Amber, and just like talk about her like she's real, and it's really funny. She also died the day after her birthday, and her birthday, May 20th, which is my wedding anniversary. Many people know that now, and it's just like, fuck.
She was
So I'm glad she's dead. Bishop, welcome back, 10 months, thank you.
And there were so many things that I learned about.
My birthday is Outlaw's wedding anniversary. So, You know, a lot of fucking awful coincidences
Her.
around here.
She was very special. Her
Too bad Outlaw died.
personality, it was like she was like my dream woman, like the love that I was looking for so long.
A woman who
For so
couldn't
many years.
speak back to me, who couldn't move,
And
who I could dress
that's how
up and
special she
sit and play
was.
PlayStation for 8 hours a day.
She was a football fan. She loved football with
She
a
loved
passion.
football. She loved football.
She loved Ohio State Buckeyes and the
Buckeyes.
Pittsburgh Steelers. And almost every single time when I cheer for a different team, she tells me to shut up.
Okay.
She loved the Steelers and the Buckeyes with a passion.
Who cares, man?
And she didn't have a favorite team at the USFL,
Oh,
but I did.
Oh,
And mine was Pittsburgh as well. Pittsburgh Molders.
Pittsburgh Molders once again.
So I got into them.
It's the Pittsburgh Maulers. Pittsburgh Maulers in the USFL.
She also loved WWE wrestling.
WWE.
And her favorite wrestler of all was
Shawn
the
Michaels.
Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
I knew that.
Every time when she sees Shawn Michaels, she goes nuts. And
Well,
every time she looks at me,
I think he's like 100 years
she
old.
tells
now.
me I'm her Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. I'm her Shawn Michaels.
I don't know if she said that.
She also she loved watching television. She loved watching movies.
Clearly.
She was a big fan of Toy Story. She loved Toy Story a lot.
I wonder why.
And her favorite superhero
Buzz
was
Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear. She loved Buzz Lightyear.
Is he a superhero?
so much? She was nuts about
Isn't
him.
he just a toy?
And the
Or like a
funniest
spaceman?
thing was is that why Buzz Lightyear?
Mhm.
And she said this. He was the coolest toy ever made in the 90s.
Okay.
Coolest toy of all.
And that's
That's
the
why
answer.
she loved him so much.
All right.
He had that
Who am I to disagree?
that buzzing thing or whatever, that laser.
The buzzing thing.
He had a
Buzz-
button
buzz-
that would his wings would pop out.
Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck are we talking about here? He's talking about fucking Buzz Lightyear. It's it's a eulogy, and he's just like Buzz Lightyear. He had a button, and he had the buzzer. What? Who fucking cares? I'm yelling, and I didn't want to yell. I have like a sore throat. I've had a sore throat all week, and this is not helping.
And there's also his helmet when he taps that little thing to open the helmet or close it back up.
Okay.
She said he was a cool toy.
Shut the
She
fuck
loved
up!
him so much.
Move on from Buzz Lightyear.
She loved traveling to nature.
Okay,
She
traveling
loved
to
going
nature.
to city parks, and me and her, we went to parks a lot.
Okay.
And our favorite one was in Beaver Creek, Ohio.
Metroid, thank you for that
And
gifted sub.
It was called Ohm's Place.
Ohm's
she
Place?
loved that place so much.
Ohm's
She
Place?
loved it.
I love Ohm's
That was her favorite
Place.
spot.
Ohm's.
We went to Greenville. We went to Troy. We went almost
Everywhere
almost
across this world.
everywhere.
Everywhere. Never mind, everywhere.
She just loved nature. It was relaxing. It was peaceful. And the part that was very hard for her to leave was the one in Brookville, Ohio, because of just the sound of water. She just loves the sound of water. It's just so relaxing. And
You
she
should
loved it
love
so
the taste
much.
of water, Vince. You should
just
be
loved
drinking a lot
nature.
more water.
She loves listening to the birds chirp.
Uh-huh.
She just loves feeling that breeze coming to her in those cool mornings.
He is speaking in
She just
present
loved
tense.
it.
Okay, now it's past tense.
She loved entertaining the world.
So did you.
And when she and I were doing this project when I was in college, I started writing a script for me and her to do together,
You wrote that before you were in school.
and we made it into a love story.
Oh, that's
And
beautiful.
it was called A Relationship with a Doll.
Yep. Part 1, 2, and
And
3.
it was a story was mostly about a man who felt so lonely and alone.
Yeah.
Didn't even think that he was ever going to fall in love again.
Yep.
Until this one woman came to his door.
Well, doll.
And They met each other for the first time, and they got to know each other, and they had their first date, and time went on, and they became a loving couple, and we showed what true love should look like, what a real relationship should be.
I don't think that's what you showed.
And it was mostly based in reality.
Once again, happy Friday, cuz. He did not show what a good relationship should be. The part 2 and part 3, part 1 actually. Okay, let's go through part 1. Where he meets her, she actually has Britney Spears. He pulls clips of Britney Spears speaking in a movie to like get her to like have a voice, and that's the most work he's ever done. But most of that one is him going bowling by himself. Part 2 and 3 are just shots of different parks with generic music played throughout.
The reason why I wrote that
Director.
story is because it's a relationship that I miss so much.
What do you miss about what?
And I wish I could ever have it again with a real human being.
There we go.
With a
Okay.
human woman.
Man, you are fucking sad.
But I had it with Amber.
That is so sad.
And when I had that special relationship with Amber, it was like, it's very hard to describe, but
Try.
I just loved her so much.
Okay.
And it's a little hard for me to speak because I had a solid bond with her.
Rihanna, thank you. 11 months. She did
She was very
finally
special.
die. She died this Sunday.
And I know that she
this
was
is the
special
Marable
to her
surface.
fans and friends and family.
She is currently in the dumpster right now.
But right before she passed,
The cops keep getting calls.
she told me 10 things
From his
that she
neighbors.
loves so much about her life.
What? 10 things?
So it is time for me to.
So he's just stealing, like, I mean, it's like 10 things I loved about my life. And did he watch 10 things I hate about you recently or something? Or is he just listing? He doesn't know how to, like, why am I even trying to understand what he's doing here? Why am I even trying to take the time, take the brain power, the brain space to figure this out? God damn it. And you know what's fucked? You know what's fucked is there's still another podcast, 2-hour plus podcast that he has on YouTube. And then he's fucking doing one with Brad tonight. And it's just like, give me a break. Let me catch my breath. All we've been doing on these streams is watching him. Oh, let me watch my other freaks, because then when I get through this, we watch these, I pause it too much because it blows my mind and I can't figure out, and I'm trying to figure out. And then we're done with like a 2-hour video of his. By that time, it's like 3 hours, and my brain is so fucking fried, I can't think about anything else. And it's like, I can't watch another video of him, of anyone.
To share those special moments with all of you, that you can see the bright side of how special her life was when she came part of my life.
I will say he probably did
the
talk
first
about the
thing I wanna
Steelers
start
at his
with
dad's funeral.
Is number 10.
Number 10, okay.
And number 10 on her list was Entertain the World.
Okay.
With Amber Live. She enjoyed
Sitting there?
spending time with all of you personally, instead of just a storyline. She wants to be in reality. And
That is nice. We're never going to
enjoyed that.
ever
also
have
doing
to
a
see
project
him
with relationship
grab
with
her
all of
head
me.
and
She
like turn
enjoyed
it
She
and
loved
then
it.
kiss her anymore.
And she wasn't afraid to show off.
Jack,
She
welcome
wasn't
back.
afraid.
8 months. Thank you, my friend.
And the reason why is it will come later on this list. It will come later. But she enjoyed entertaining all of you. She loves spending time with you all and also spreading that kind of love. And
Amber
she
is buried
just
in a
enjoyed
dumpster at his apartment.
lots. Sorry, but I apologize. But she just loved entertaining all of you.
Okay.
She loved it.
Well, she did a good job.
Number 9 was her best friend, b-rad. b-rad was very special to her. And b-rad accepted her ever since day one.
Accepted her. I wonder why, because he was fucking her. So, this is your 10 favorite things. This is your 10 favorite things when you've died, right? And number 9 is her best friend, Brad. So there's 8 more things more important than Brad to her. Now, granted, there's many more important things than Brad in this life. But it's like, imagine like going to your friend's funeral and there's just like some dumbass is up there speaking and he's like, well, let me list off the 10 favorite things of our dear friend Kyle. Number 10, he loved jacking off in the bathroom. It's what every night he was in there jacking off. Help him go to sleep. Number 9, his best friend Brad. Oh, he loved hanging out with his best friend Brad. Number 8 was his Super Nintendo. A lot of memories with that Super Nintendo. Number 7, Tomb Raider. Yeah, he loved Tomb Raider, the franchise. Not the new ones because they went woke. I mean, you would just sit there like, damn, I guess I don't fucking matter. Huh?
When they first met.
I know that's not what Brad's thinking. Brad's like, I made it.
Each other,
I made it. Woo!
B-rad accepted her immediately. He didn't see her as weird, creepy, or
maybe
scary. He didn't even see anything like that.
Well,
he didn't see it as embarrassing.
Well,
he accepted her just like that with a snap.
With a snap. Yeah, because he fucked her.
With a snap of the fingers.
Because when you would go to work on the weekends when he was coming over, he filled her up. He filled her up with just gallons of his fucking cum.
They played football games on the PlayStation.
If Brad knew he was going over to Vince's house, right, and this is going to get graphic. If Brad knew, Thatcher, thank you. Brad was like, okay, this weekend I'm going to Vince's house. He's got to work on Saturday. You know what he would do? He wouldn't jack off the whole week. Guarantee you, he would just keep it in. He's in the work bathroom and he's like, nope, not today. I'm going over to Vince's this weekend. Vince would go up, boom, 11 o'clock, Vince goes to work, boom, 1 p.m., Brad gets up, he rolls out of his cot, sees Amber on the bed, and is just like, boom, ba, 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 and just whoosh, explodes in her. Makes a mess, adds to the bizarre, right? Proceeds, wait another like 15 minutes, do it again, right? Another 45 minutes at this point, do it again. Probably like 4 or 5 times. Brad did not know how to use lube either, but this is the thing. He's already sort of, to put it nicely, he's already gave her an incredible cream pie, so he's using his own semen as a lubricant. So it's not a big deal. He doesn't need a lubricant. Is there a problem? Am I not allowed? It's what happened. It's what happened. You can be upset with me, but those are just facts. Thank you, Dan.
Stream's over.
They're just facts. Okay?
Together, Super Nintendo, they played games together.
What else do they do?
She just loved hanging out with him. Mm-hmm. But the memory that she would never forget when spending time with me and b-rad was dancing all over him, on top of him, when b-rad was passed out on the floor. And it's an incredible memory. B-rad was smoking a little too much, and we were all in the blacklight room, and we had music playing, and Amber and I were dancing, and we were also doing karaoke as well. B-rad passed out on the floor, and
he died
one
like
of
a dog.
Amber and I's songs came on.
He died like a coward.
And we were dancing, and Amber started dancing on top of him while he was passed out on the floor. That's a memory that she'll never forget. And
she will forget it because she's dead. But if I went to my friend's house, now granted, if I knew my friend had a sex doll, I wouldn't go over to his house. And I probably wouldn't invite him over to my house. But you go over to your friend's house, and let's say you're just drinking, you're hanging out, you fall asleep, and you wake up and your friend has like a sex doll and he's just sort of dancing her on you. I think I would kill him. I think I would get up and just kill him immediately. Chopper Gopper, welcome back. 9 months.
She loved b-rad so much, like a brother. She loved him so much.
More than a brother.
And he
kind
was
of like a stepbrother.
And b-rad, if you're watching,
she used to get stuck in the dryer.
She wants me to let you know that she loves you.
She doesn't love you. She loved you.
Like a big brother to her. So she wants to thank you for being part of her life and accepting for who she is. So she wants to say thank you.
Stepsister love doll stuck in dryer?
Number 8, her favorite memory was going bowling with me. And I think you guys should remember on Amber Live when I took her bowling to round 1 for the very first time.
Yep.
And
I remember.
She loved that moment so much because every time I get a strike, she gets one of my kisses. And if I get a spare...
And he didn't get that many strikes, so she loved it.
I get a high five from her or a hug.
Or a hug.
And she loved it. She can't even bowl or anything like that, but I decided to do something like that, so she'll be part of it no matter what. Mm-hmm. So she loved the idea. So she had a great time bowling with me.
What about the family that was next to you? In the lane, 2 lanes next to you. Did they have a great time?
She could bowl, but she just couldn't. Number 7 was the time that we went to the movies to see Lightyear. And this memory on this list of me and her going to the movies for the first time, I took her to see the Lightyear
Again, it's like you're supposed to list like the 10 things this person loved in life. And number 9 is her best friend, and number 7 is a movie they went to. Oh, he will never get better. Absolutely never get better. Because what he wants, her heart failed. I don't know how she died. So there's possibilities, right? Say he was using, like, there's sometimes you can develop a latex allergy to these sex dolls. A lot of these guys do, if you look it up. It was not cancer. It was a heart disease, heart failure, whatever she said. And then her right leg broke or something like that. But like, so you can develop a latex allergy to these dolls, especially if they're cheaper, which this one was. They can also, yes, Parps. So I believe using a certain lubricant on it can also create like the plastic of her vagina to mold together and basically shut off. And so it can kind of just like fuck up everything. I think it was like oil-based lubricant will do that. And then I think her body parts were breaking off, and he never cleaned her, never washed her out. So there was a big bazaar in there, and every time he dropped her on the bed, a little bit of a, basically kind of like a dried cum spider ball would break apart and it would puff out. And I think he got sick of that. So it's just very sad. Everyone's yelling at me today, and I've done nothing wrong. Bono, thank you. I'm sitting here watching this, and these are just the true facts. Do you not want me to tell the truth? Should I lie to you? No. This is not twitter.com full of lies. This is True Social, right? And that's where we're broadcasting this?
She enjoyed that movie. She enjoyed it.
Dasher, thank you.
The real Buzz Lightyear. Instead of just the toy, she enjoyed seeing the real Buzz Lightyear. Getting to know
the real Buzz Lightyear. That's a good username.
About the character.
The real
she really enjoyed it.
Bud Lightyear.
But the one memory that she would not forget that day when we went to the movies.
When she fell down.
Is right after the movie was over.
Yep.
I was about to carry her and put her back in her wheelchair.
Wheelchair. Mm-hmm.
And while I was carrying her in my arms, I missed a step, and I fell backwards. I fell backwards, and I caught her in my arms, and she just landed right on my chest.
Unconscious,
Right on top
thank
of me.
That gifted sound.
She was
Why
laughing,
does
I
that
was
play every
laughing.
time I'm streaming?
And we just had a little laugh at the
He's
theater.
told the story
I was not expecting
maybe
falling backwards
10
with
times.
her in my arms. So I accidentally missed a step, and I fell backwards. I caught her, and we just laughed about it. And right when both of us got up, I put her back in the chair.
Both us. Both
I put
us.
her back in her wheelchair. I should say
Both us.
wheelchair. And we went to the we exit out just like normal people,
And like normal people. No one said anything.
it was a great time.
Nobody
too.
pointed and laughed.
It was amazing.
Nobody took a bunch of pictures.
It was a hell of an experience.
Again, mind you, he went to the Buzz Lightyear movie at like 10:30 a.m. on opening day when
Number 6
only kids
was
could be
getting
there.
married on Juggalo Day. It's something that she's been wanting for so long, and she was bragging about.
Imagine your wife dying. Your wife passed away, and you're doing this top 10 list of the things she loved, and number 6 was your marriage. Cigarette Rose, welcome back, 21 months. Your number 6 on your list is marrying her favorite memory is marrying you. Like, not like number 2 behind like having kids or whatever. Like, you got married, and that's all she wanted. Shouldn't that be like her greatest memory? And I don't want to fucking know what number 1 is.
Me to marry her.
Me to marry
She
her.
wanted me to marry her.
Marry her.
And I told her, just wait till I ask. She's been asking me for months.
He killed her.
Months.
He fucking killed her.
It was crazy. And I told her, just wait till I ask.
What is the whole point of this?
So, what did I do?
I want to
Special day.
with a
And she
bat
did not expect it
and
at all.
interrogate him
I had her
in
standing
the
up.
game of Grand Theft
We were
Auto.
both standing up right next to our tree, to our Christmas tree. So we were standing, and I got down on one knee,
Yep.
and she didn't even know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And
That makes sense.
She was asking me, "What are you doing? Get up!
not real.
What are you doing?" And then I showed off the ring, and this was her reaction. Just her hand over her mouth.
Yeah, she couldn't say anything.
That was her reaction. She just had her hand over her mouth, just speechless. And then I asked the question.
When I shared
and tears just came down out.
when I shared on Instagram a picture of him wearing the Spirit Halloween hockey jersey, Cameron replied to me that he owns that one too. And Cameron from Pot About List wore it in the recent episode.
She was tearing down, tears
And this
of
was
joy,
like a year ago.
and she said yes.
Sure, Gearless will.
And right after she said yes, she hugged me so tightly she didn't want to let go. She didn't want to let go of me.
It is a great jersey.
And then we took pictures together.
I try not to watch any of the stuff involving
involving
his ex-wife, Brad.
She was the happiest woman alive. She felt so alive. She was happy as ever could be. And then
Because Vinny's been
and we waited
filming
till
himself
Juggalo
do
Day to
stuff
get married.
for years now.
And
like decades, actually.
I had ever seen a woman that happy.
Yeah, I know.
And,
I know.
and I'm very happy that
We
I
all know.
proposed to her and I asked her to marry me at the right time. And I'm very happy that I did.
Before I killed her.
Number 5 was our trip to Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
She loved our trip to Pittsburgh. And it was like a 4 to 5 hour trip.
You have no idea
All
what's
the way to
going on.
Pittsburgh.
His neighbors, like,
And there was many things.
I like to think that in this building, no one lives in any, like, adjoining room. Like, no one lives to the left, to the right, above, or below. Because they're just like, we got to keep him, like, separated. We got to just stay away. Keep away from him. Because we just have complaints nonstop that he's speaking over his karaoke speakers, playing music
didn't even
all
know
night
that I was
long.
going to take her to Pittsburgh. It was a special gift.
Pittsburgh.
It was a special gift from me for her birthday. So I wanted to take her out someplace special. So I didn't even tell her anything where I was going to take her. So we just took a drive, and we're driving for 4 to 5 hours, getting to Pittsburgh.
That is Troy Polamalu in the background.
She saw that we were passing through the steel bridge. She was shocked.
She couldn't read the signs.
She did not expect it at all.
She couldn't see it like every road sign saying Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh,
right
Pittsburgh.
When we got to the parking garage, and we started walking around town. I had her on her chair, just traveling around Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
He can say Troy Polamalu,
was the river.
but he can't say Troy Aikman. He says Troy Akron.
Ocean, whatever it was, whatever river it was, right where the 3 steel bridges.
Ocean? He fucking said ocean? Whatever ocean it was. Oh! My God! Ocean? I mean, I'll give you lake. It's a river. As you said lake, understandable. You're not quite sure. You might be a little bit slow, no big deal, but ocean? Leftist, I think you're onto something. This guy might be really dumb.
Bridges were. So I took her there, and she enjoyed seeing the sights of the Pittsburgh Steelers football field, the Pittsburgh Pirates baseball stadium.
Come on, man.
She enjoyed the sight out of it while we were standing right next to the river.
Oh, okay.
So
it's not an ocean, it's a river.
Past the Pittsburgh Pirates stadium. She wasn't too crazy about it, but it was good to see.
It's
but she was.
That's an incredibly beautiful stadium. You got to go in.
And we got a picture with the Pittsburgh Panthers statue, and a few statues were there. So we got pictures of that. And plus, we got our photos taken in front of the stadium right before the stadium changed its name. So that's a photo that was worth millions of words. That Amber and I got our photo taken right before the Pittsburgh Steelers changed their stadium name.
This is a photo that's worth millions
right
of
after
words.
That, we went to the gift shop.
That's gonna be
a little souvenir.
I gotta caption that on like every Instagram post I make.
She loved it.
Photo worth millions of words.
And she was not expecting the second gift right after our trip, and that was when we celebrated her birthday here at home. So that's one of the memories that she'll never forget is the trip to Pittsburgh.
Okay.
She's
dead.
I gotta tell you, this woman was special, and she had a huge heart, and she was everybody's best friend.
That was the thing. It was too big.
She was not afraid of anyone. She was not shy.
She was shy. She wouldn't speak to anybody.
But she was a little disappointed on people doubting her and saying what she really was.
Yep.
She just wants to be seen differently.
I bet.
She wants to be seen as I see her.
A fuckhole.
But, I gotta tell you, this woman she was one of a kind. This woman, family at Youngstown, Ohio. She got to meet the family
Chet's
twice.
family?
And she loved the family. And the family accepted her ever since.
So his Juggalo family, for anybody who's wondering, maybe a little bit newer, his Juggalo family lives in Youngstown, and it is his ex-wife's family, direct family, her sister, her mom, her sister's husband, I guess, I don't know, the people that just fucking live there, her niece, and he goes up there and hangs out with them. Despite being very, very estranged from his ex-wife, I feel so bad for her. Allegedly, I guess we know he got arrested for like something harassment, domestic, and then it turns out he said that he got in trouble at work. So honestly, I assume his brother is in jail. His younger brother is in jail for cracking open an infant's skull. So he's not good. The whole family's not good. His child, and then he tried to lie about it, and his brother tried to lie about it and sent messages to somebody saying like, I go like, tell them that I blacked out. I always go black out and I go crazy and I couldn't control myself. It was not my fault. That's not what really happened, but could you just tell the police officers that? And then of course, like, they get the text and read it and see, lying. Okay. Cool. So Vince potentially comes from a family of, domestic abusers. I believe he did get arrested or got in trouble for it. He also, when she told him to leave and move out, he like bragged about like punching the floor and like breaking his hand. But yeah, so he got in trouble at work, I guess, for sexually harassing someone. Who knows?
They first got to know her. So right before I made the trip to Youngstown, Ohio, and I told the family that I got somebody that I want them to meet. And
her family is fucked up.
There was a few family members that loved her so much. It was my Juggalo sister's daughter. She loved Amber. She loved her. And how I could tell is because she would not stop brushing her hair. She enjoyed brushing Amber's hair. And she enjoyed her company a little bit.
So dark.
And also my Juggalo mother, she liked her as well.
My ex-mother-in-law.
And just like my Juggalo sister,
my sister-in-law.
she liked her as well.
Ex-sister-in-law.
And the Juggalo family friend, she liked her also.
Family
friend. So she
friend.
was liked by everyone.
Juggalo family friend.
And Amber really enjoyed seeing me getting drunk and high at the same time with my family. She enjoyed it. She just liked seeing me getting wasted and having a good time. And she enjoyed every minute of it. She just liked seeing me happy.
He can't. It's so fucked too, because he kills her, right? He killed her. He killed this doll, his wife, quote unquote. And what he wants, because he misses that human connection, a real relationship, which I could understand. Of course, like, you would need somebody, like, and a doll can't satisfy that emotional connection. However, what he wants is a woman who will sit there, watch football for 6 hours straight, and then play Madden on a PlayStation 2 for 6 hours straight, while sitting there the entire time, not ever saying anything, then go with him wherever he wants, sit there for however long he wants, go with him to his Juggalo family's house and watch him get really fucked up and really high, smoking gas station weed, and do whatever he wants. And then, whenever he wants sex, he gets that. And she has to be fine with eating Domino's and drinking Pepsi every day of the week. And I don't know. I don't think he's going to find someone like that. I think he just killed his unicorn.
And she was glad to be part of it.
He would get another doll, and he's talked about
celebrating.
So it does sound like every Juggalette you would know. I know that. I do know that, but he's also he needs someone that looks like Trish Stratus. And he wouldn't date someone that would look like him, like being like, if you just ran Vince through Face App and did like switch genders or whatever, he would be like, oh no, I don't want to date her. Like, she has to look like Trish Stratus and also be fine with this toothless, bumbling moron. Katie Trop is not realistic for him because I'm not sure she's actually alive. I think she's dead. But what was I even fucking saying? She just couldn't be alive, right? She can't be alive. There's no way. She look at her. She's not real. She's not alive. She's not real. Don't tell me she's real. No, she just looks like she shouldn't be alive. That's all. I'm not saying she actually died. I'm just saying, look at her and you go, if I put on one of her videos from 2 years ago right now and told you, oh, this lady died, you'd be like, oh yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, it's sad, but like, of course she died. Like, look at her. She's dying right there. You can see her dying.
St. Patrick's Day together too.
St. Patrick's Day.
She had a great time as well. We got to sit on the swing and the porch, listen to some music, enjoy the outdoors. She liked it. She really did.
Exactly,
So
Captain.
she was loved by my,
Carson. Just it's the Aaron Jackson situation where someone says, "Yeah, he died." You go, "Yeah, I know, I believe it."
She really enjoyed our trips to Indianapolis, Indiana.
Indianapolis.
The first time I took her is that I took her to a park, and we got to see some history buildings and all that.
Mr. Vigas, yes. So he became, after he got divorced, he became a fan of Insane Clown Posse, so about like 2018, 2019. And apparently his exes, his in-laws were juggalos, juggalettes, or around the same time, maybe they became big ICP fans. And like, so he like hangs out with them over that. Again, his ex-wife, that's her family, her direct family, her mom and sister and niece. And he just goes up and hangs out with them. And the last time he went up there, they had a confrontation when she arrived with her new husband and saw him with his sex doll. And there was a whole fucking thing. And yes, it's so fucking funny. So he's 35 years old. He's so funny. He got into ICP in 2019 in his 30s. Being like, I could see, here's the thing. I can see listening to ICP when you're like 12, 11, and you're like, oh, this is awesome. Like, I get, this is so cool. This is like for me. And then you kind of get stuck in that way of life and you never grow out of it. So I get why some people are juggalos and juggalettes for so long into their 30s. I get why there would be a 33-year-old, 35-year-old juggalo. What I don't get is someone who in 2019 listens to ICP and goes, my life is changed completely. It makes, when you start like putting it like, it's funny as a whole, right? Everything as a whole. And you hear it, you're like, that's pretty funny. That's pretty good. And then when you piece it apart and you start analyzing it and you start thinking about it, and it just blows your fucking mind. I think her family doesn't care about her, because why else would you invite this guy? Because it's not like he offered anything or offered, like I think they dated when they were like in high school or very young, and he blew his only chance to be married, which happens to a lot of those guys. They get married super young and then they just never grow up past being like 15 or whatever. In his case, it's like 9 because he's wrestling dolls and shit in his mid-20s. So it's just like, okay, whatever. Like, okay, this, like, if your sister got married to a guy like this, you'd be like, man, she married a fucking loser, and I gotta see him every day or like all the time at like holidays. This sucks. And then they get divorced because he does something abusive, and you're like, perfect. Like, I get to hate this guy. I get to say fuck this guy. Never have to see him again. And then like your mom just keeps inviting this guy over who's like hurting the dog. He comes over and is like, oh, let me wrestle the dog. And you're like, what are you fucking doing? Knock it off. By the way, I'm also bringing my sex doll. I have never washed her. Don't worry about that smell. And I know, like, I don't think she came from like a good home and is very unstable, clearly. And I hope she's doing well. And I hope she's happy and in a healthy relationship. But that's got to be awful to be, like, go to see your parents and you see your ex-husband there with his sex doll. It's trying to imagine that. Trying to imagine that is tough. I think you can be stable because I think you can be very stable. It's a bad relationship, what they had, and like, you know, it's all speculation from us, from what we've seen. He's filmed it all and clearly made her very unhappy. He did his tent video and was like calling her like, oh, come hang out with me at the tent. She's like, no, why are you doing that? I'm at home. I'm not going over to your aunt and uncle's in the hot weather to sit with you at a tent. Fuck you. So it was just a lot of that shit where he thinks he's getting famous. He's been doing this for years. This is not something new. He's been thinking he's getting famous for years and years and years off of his YouTube channel. So I think it was a very bad relationship. And hopefully, you know, through some therapy, through some just working on herself, working on a new relationship, she's doing well. That's all I can hope. But you can come back from it, right? People have had bad relationships, and it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. But so I think she can, but her family's clearly not helping. She won, of course. Well, I think so. She remarried recently, and I think that he killed Amber off and wants to date a person again because he got very jealous. He got jealous that she remarried somebody else, and now he's like, well, I guess I should do it. I guess I should figure out. They're engaged, married, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. But it's just, yeah, I think she left him. I think she was cheating on him. But like, again, he didn't come home. He's filming videos without her, like doing all this stuff. Like, good. She deserves to be happy. Vince does not deserve to be happy. I'm glad she left him because her life has to be better. It cannot be worse. There's no way her life could be worse. He did go on a real date the other day. We watched it. What day was that? Monday, Tuesday, watched it. And he talked about it. And he fucked that up too. So he goes on this date. He's on Bumble. He's on Bumble. And his radius is anywhere. I didn't even think he could do that. I'm not saying Bumble because then I'll say Bumble on accident. Okay? So he's on Bumble. And he matches with his girl. Blues Travelers, thank you, 18 months. I'll go back, my friend. So, yes, someone matched him. 3 people matched him, and 1 person started talking to him. And so he lives in Southwest Ohio. She lives in Southeast Ohio, over by Hocking Hills. And I feel bad for this lady, and she's just she maybe just being nice. I don't know. But they talked for like a week or so. I don't know, Charlie. I've never been on Bumble. So I don't know if the women have to message first on there or not. So, yeah. So like he put, cause like, but even in his bio, he told us about his bio, right? Where he's like, I'm one of the good ones. And he wrote that about 8 times. And then he's got his YouTube. He's got his Instagram linked to the bio. He's got all of this stuff. He's got his likes are NFL, wrestling, football, Ohio State Buckeyes. And you're just like, okay. Oh, fuck. Yeah, he's got the fuck like a porn star line. Don't even remember what it was, but the punchline was be naughty like a porn star. What he was looking for. So I'm sorry, but if you're swiping right on that, I don't know what to tell you. However, somebody did. So this woman swipes right, I guess, whatever you do on Bumble. And they're talking and they're texting back and forth. They're trying to set up a date. Mind you, opposite sides of Ohio. How far is that? Pretty far. Ohio's not a smaller state, about 2+ hours away from each other. So he suggests, let's go mini golfing. I'm going to set up this mini golf date. Let's do this. And he was going to drive 2 hours and 15 minutes to her to do mini golf. And she said, no, I hate mini golf. I don't want to do mini golf. Let's go to Hocking Hills, which is a state park in Ohio that you don't get phone service at. Not where I'd go on my first date with anyone, but especially with this guy. But he says, okay, I love state parks. Let's go. Drives 2 hours and 15 minutes to the state park. No phone service. Can't really get in contact with each other. Maybe about 30 minutes, 40 minutes of trying, they finally meet up. I think she kind of realizes the mistake she made, and he is talking with her, hanging out with her. They go walking in the park. He bought a Bigfoot t-shirt, and this is what he wore. He wore his Crocs polo, his jean shorts, his big old hat, and his glasses. And what you can't see on his feet are his Velcro black work shoes. That's right, Velcro shoes to a date. So you're thinking, a guy shows up wearing this and Velcro shoes on his date, on your date, and you're like, okay, so he didn't drive himself here, right? Does he have like a handler or something? Where's his big buddy? And then he shows up on the date, meets her, and gives her a gift. And you're thinking, well, maybe flowers. Bouquet of flowers. Or maybe like a bunch of sort of stuff. No, he got her one box of Mike and Ike's and hands it to her. And she says, okay, thank you. And they walk around for a couple hours, maybe probably less than that. And he's talking the entire time, and she's not saying anything. She just listens. He tells her about his YouTube page. I think he shows her his YouTube. Do you know how he got this picture? This is a picture of him on the date. Do you know how he got this picture on the date? Because he set up his tripod on the date and started taking pictures of himself to post on Instagram. Am I stalking Vince? No, this motherfucker says this. He says this. It's not stalking when you watch his video. So he posts all these pictures, asks her if she wants to be in the pictures, and she says no. Date ends. Date ends, right? 2 hours. He goes up to her and says, do you kiss on the first date? She says, no. And then they leave. And he drives 2 hours and 15 minutes back to his city, texting her the entire time. She's not responding. When are we going to get, you want to do another date? You want to do another date? All this stuff. Not responding, not responding. He tries calling her. He's been calling her, trying to get in contact with her. She's not answering. She's not answering. Then she texts back, sorry, I'm driving my truck. I've been busy. And he still thinks like, I think we might have another date. So that's how the date went.
Enjoyed that.
Pretty good, right?
And the second time that I took her
I'm sorry,
loved the
Diadochi.
studio.
I can't give you any
That
more
was the
context
one
than
thing
that.
she loves so much.
Here's the
She didn't like-
context. This man killed his sex doll and is now having a memorial service, which she calls a marital surface, and has been trying to date on Bumble, and that was the story I just described. That is all the context I can give you. I am so sorry.
the team, but she loved the stadium. And the reason why that she loved the stadium, because it was huge. It was so freaking huge. And the other thing that she liked was the Peyton Manning statue.
Okay.
And she said to me that
Marital surface.
by reading about him, he is a true legend.
True legend. Peyton Manning.
So she really enjoyed that. She liked the statue. She liked the stadium. She liked the insights around Indianapolis, Indiana. She liked it.
Yep, she loves it. She loved
So
it.
she would never forget
She's dead now.
the Indianapolis trip. She loved it. And if I'm saying love way too much, I'm not apologizing for that because that's who Amber was.
Don't apologize.
Amber was
Never
all
apologize
about
for that.
love.
Apologize for everything else.
And that's what everyone deserved in this world. Everyone deserves to be loved. It doesn't matter who you are, what you stand for, or whatever you are. You're loved no matter what. You deserve love. No matter what. No matter what is going on with your life, or in my life,
disagree.
or hers, or anybody's. Everyone deserves love. Everyone does. And that's what Amber was mostly about, was love.
No matter what I do, you have to love me.
Now we're getting back. Now we're getting to the top two. Number 2 was the Ohio State University.
OH!
She was thrilled.
Oh, do I have the picture up
She
still?
wanted to jump off her feet for being in the Ohio State University, but she couldn't because of a severe injury and also what she was going through.
Yep. Severe injury, also what she's
And-
going through.
And I agreed not to talk about it.
Someone's
because
asking for the GIF?
She does not want us to be sad.
The
But
GIF?
everyone knew what her condition was. And especially me. But right after I saw
Mind you,
what
mind you,
happened
again,
at that moment,
if I may
I was
say,
scared to death. I will admit I was afraid.
he only started
spooked
using lube on the
Because I didn't even know
doll
what was going on.
just a few months ago. So,
And then she told me that she had a
this
secret,
video,
and then she revealed it to me.
Not
and
using lube.
I will admit I was a little upset, but I did make one promise to her. Is that I was going to grant her 3 wishes.
3 wishes. What were 3? It was
She
Ohio
had 3
State.
wishes. And there was 2 of them that is on the top 2. So I'm going to get back to the Ohio State University.
Okay.
And right when we first stepped right in front of the stadium
Could be,
in the
Jack.
university, she couldn't stop smiling. She couldn't stop. She wanted a picture everywhere. She wanted pictures on this location.
Man.
She wanted pictures taken on
Also,
that section.
school was still in session when he
But
took this
There
picture.
was one photo that she wanted the most was in front of the stadium.
So he's on campus
And we had
during
those shots
school,
taken, and
having this picture taken.
just like I said, she couldn't stop smiling. She was loving every second of it.
Look at how happy she is. Look at how happy she is.
She wished that she would have went to that school. She wished that she did.
Where did she go?
And she just loved the Ohio State University.
Wow. Okay.
Because she was a Buckeye. She was a diehard Buckeye.
Diehard
just like
Buckeye.
my father. She was a big fan of the Buckeyes. So she loved the Ohio
Oh
State
yeah, I forgot she
University.
was from Japan.
And now let's get to number 1. Number 1 was the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And the reason why Pro Football Hall of Fame was number 1 on her list is because that was football heaven to her.
Mind you, getting
That
married,
was football heaven.
getting married to Vince was number 6
And
on her
right
list.
right at that very moment when she saw the building, she said to myself, "Are we in heaven?"
She said to
And I was
myself,
like, "We're in football heaven. This is football heaven, the Pro Football Hall of Fame."
The Pro Football Hall of Fame sucks dog
She
shit.
was so thrilled.
I would not go. I've
And
gone twice and
she
it was
dropped a
free,
tear out
and
of
it's
her
so
eye, and she
fucking
said,
shitty.
Thank you, babe.
It is like
Thank
the
you so
worst
much.
museum you could
Thank
ever
you for
go
taking
to.
me to the
It's like
Hall of Fame.
$40 to get in. It's
And I
3
told her, let's get
rooms.
some
It
photos
fucking
done.
sucks ass.
So we had our pictures done.
And I don't know if he
And-
bought a ticket for her.
She, oh my God. She felt like the happiest woman alive. She felt like she was on top of the world. And
The preseason game's
and
cool.
she was so happy that I
the
granted her
stadium's
last
kinda
wish. And she got to see the Super Bowl trophy. And she
He's
told
not
me
doing
this.
performance art. I'm sorry.
Steelers is going to win another one.
Steelers is going to win. Someday.
Steelers are going to win another Super Bowl
Wow.
in time. And I
I
told
don't
her
think
we
that's
just
right.
have to wait and see.
Steelers are never going to win another
Anything
Super
can
Bowl.
happen in the NFL. Anything can
They're
happen.
going to have 40 straight years of losing.
So
That's what they deserve. That's what those
that
fans
was her top
deserve.
10 favorite memories of her life. She had a tremendous life. She lived a happy life. It was a life that she did not expect at all. And she told me that I gave her the best life that
They're going to
any
burn
woman
down
could
the
ever
AFC
have.
North. No team from the AFC North is going to survive. I'm
And
sorry.
I told
Bad
her
news,
this,
everybody.
Life is an adventure. And you got to enjoy youth as much as you can because you only live once. Every single one of us knows that we only live once. So we got to enjoy youth as long as we can.
Enjoy youth. What's he going to do for another 11 minutes?
And just like I'm doing what I love, is entertaining the world, just like she did.
You're not
She
entertaining
didn't even
anybody.
know when her time was up.
No one feels
She didn't even know
entertained.
when. She didn't even know when it was
Yeah,
supposed
because
to
you
hit.
killed her.
And then it did happen.
Oh, so sad.
But all I'm going to say is that I am going to miss her. We're all going to miss her. We all loved
know
her. And especially I did. I loved her. So I will admit it. I did love Amber. I loved her as much as I would with a human person.
I'll admit it. I married
If she
her.
was a human woman, I would love her the same way as I did.
That's bad news for any
I
human
wouldn't
women that
treat
you want to
her any
date.
differently. So it's very hard for me to say goodbye to her, but just like she said, she does not want any of us to be sad.
Don't be sad.
She wants us to be happy because we became part of something.
Does have both buttons done on
We
the jacket.
became part of her life. Every single one of you became part of her life, just like I did.
Rewarding and not
Just like
very many
every
on his
single one of you
lives.
became part of my life.
So Amber's Instagram account will get a lot of
we're all family here.
likes on a post and stuff. She has a lot of
And she loved every single one of you.
followers, but that's because of other
And
like meme accounts sharing
She loved
her.
her fans. She
Like,
loved every single one of you.
Fuck Jerry, the guy, the fat Jew
And
guy.
She is going to be missed.
That sounds bad, but
And
that's his name. Don't get mad
Her
at me.
memories, the photos,
They,
the videos.
you can find that they follow
Right here on Kids News
him. They
Media,
share
and also right
her
here.
like on their
Memories
accounts
last forever.
and shit like that.
And that's why people say,
I believe that cuss. He's a
leave
bad
the
guy. I don't
memories
like him.
alone. Leave the memories alone.
I hate those guys.
Memories are forever.
I don't care. I don't give a
Just
shit about
like
stealing
love.
posts, stealing
Love always wins.
tweets, stealing
And
memes.
love
I just
is
think they're really
forever.
fucking annoying. I hope nothing good
And
ever
there's
happens to
something I
them
want to
again.
say to every single one of you.
King Charles, there is a
this
0%
was a quote
chance this is a long running
that Amber
performance
and I
art.
love so much.
These dolls
And
do
I'm gonna
cost a
read
lot
it
of
to
money.
you
He
right
spent
now.
$800 on this doll, and that $800
I've never
came
really
from
been aware
the COVID money
of
we
what is
got.
said about me. Whether it's positive or negative,
Mm-hmm.
I ignore it. I always had the mindset, no one can challenge me better than myself. That's the quote that Amber and I lived on for all these 3 years that we were together. And that's the one thing that every single one of you can live on as well.
Thank you.
And if you guys are wondering what her third wish was, and I think I already said it, and I will say it again.
Okay.
Her last wish was for every single one of you to still be part of the KM crew. She wants you to stay.
Don't leave.
She wants you to stay with me and also relive all those memories that she shared with every single one of you. She does not want any of you to leave.
Don't leave. Don't unfollow.
She loved every single one of you, just like
hey, my dead wife said, please don't unfollow me.
And I want to thank you.
Give me more Follow Fridays.
For joining me to celebrate the life of Amber.
This was beautiful.
So I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you guys appreciated it.
I don't.
Of me telling you all about her. And I know you guys loved her. I know every single one of you did.
Did we?
But she might be gone, but she'll never be forgotten. Because the photos and the videos, they last forever.
B-Rad was not here because Vince did not pick him up today. They're hanging out this weekend now.
At this very moment, I'm going to play a farewell song, and then we're going to end this marital surface of memorying Amber. So I would like to hear your guys' thoughts of what your favorite memories of Amber.
When she died. That's mine.
And what you enjoyed, of what she did for every single one of you. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts of what memories that you will not forget of Amber. Just to celebrate the good in her. Because she was good.
How you would grab her head.
I'm about to play the farewell song. And then...
Farewell song?
I'm going to call it a day. And hopefully you all will enjoy this last song. And then we say our goodbyes. So I want to thank every single one of you for joining me here today. And celebrate the life of Amber. And Kiziters Media will live on.
Okay.
So, and Amber, if you are hearing me right now, I just want to say I love you.
Why are you looking over at her? He's looking over at her.
And if I don't find a human woman in time, hopefully there is somebody else like you is waiting for me. To love her as much as I loved you. And take care of you like I did. But
he's already given up.
Take time.
He's already given up on finding a real human woman today.
We love you, Amber. We'll miss you. Rest in peace, baby. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
We love you. Goodbye, Amber.
R.I.P. She died. He killed her. How can you... He killed her.